Hello, guys. Happy New Year to you all. Hello, 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 guys. I'll just wait for some people to join. Let me try to share this live stream too. I'm just gonna wait to see who is the first person on my 2022 live stream. Just drop a comment so I should know who you are. So I'll just write down your name so your name will go down in the book of record as my first person to be live with in 2022. Boss lady, hello host and everyone. Happy New Year, my dear. Thanks for joining. Nice to see you. How are you doing? Oh. So you are the first to be live with me. Oh, thank you so much for the thumbs up. I can see two people watching right now. Oh, Josie Corner. Thanks for joining, sis. Happy New Year once more. So I'm here today for us to discuss some personal reflection questions before we set our New Year goals, before we set our New Year resolutions. Thank you, Josie. I see the thumbs up. Thank you so much. If you have a community, please can also share me out. I would really appreciate. Yeah, as I was saying, I'm here for us to discuss some personal reflection questions. Oh, thank you so much, dear. Yeah, to reflect on for the past year, this year that just ended, and because if you don't take that time to reflect on those things we did last year, and we just jump into our New Year resolutions, believe me, at some point we might not be able to achieve those goals or those resolutions we've made for ourselves. So for me, for the past 5 years, I've never really taken time to set some resolution for myself, because each time I set resolutions before, or I made resolution for myself before February ending, I'm already off track, and you know. So 2021, like not early 2021, maybe somewhere by March, I made a decision to set some goals for myself. And how I did that was when I sat down to really reflect on the things I was doing, the way I spend my time, the kind of people I mingle with. And I'll tell you guys that when I took that decision to really reflect on all these things, I see a great change in everything I've been doing. So I'm here with some over almost 25 questions for us all to ask ourselves and answer them sincerely before we set those goals for 2022. Because if you don't have that reflection, if you don't know where you are coming from, like, I don't know, I think you will not be able to know where you are heading to. Or let me say, if you don't know where you need to go, if you don't reflect on where you are coming from, then you don't know where you need to go, right? So I have some questions that I'll be asking us all. I myself, some of those questions, I also need to answer them to my own self before I step into 2022. Today is just January 3rd. I know some people are already excited setting those and entering, starting their goals already. But for me, I think we need that time to really reflect on the past year, the things we were doing, how we spend our time, how we how we treat ourselves, because all starts with us, right? Because if you don't treat yourself well, you cannot give the best of you, right? So I have some questions here that I'll be discussing with you guys. The first question is just personal reflection questions, how you treated yourself. As I said, if you don't treat yourself well, if you're not in the good state of mind, you'll not be able to function well, you'll not be able to give out your best. So the first question is, in what way could I have treated myself better? If you ask yourself this question, then you actually really reflect how you treated yourself. Were you so hard on yourself because you did not achieve the things you plan to achieve? Niger mom in Australia. Hi host, thank you mom. Thanks for joining. Happy New Year to you all. I really appreciate you guys for joining me. So as I was saying, the first question was, in what way could I have treated myself better? So you try to examine yourself to see how were you so hard on yourself because you did not. Thank you so much. Thank you for the thumbs up. Because you did not achieve those things. Like, how did you treat yourself? Did you give yourself that you time, like even to just climb on the bed and have a good sleep for yourself in 2021? Those are the things we have to really examine ourselves now before stepping into 2022, because at some point we do things, we just rush over those things that we plan to do and forget our own selves. And at the end, we feel burnout. At the end, you feel frustrated. You feel like stressed out. I cannot even give the best even to your own family. So we have to reflect on that question. Ask yourself how you treated yourself. Did you treat yourself well? Did you take that time to go do your nails? Did you take that time to go, you know, just go for sightseeing with your family, with no gadgets, with no phones, like just for a quiet time, for a family time? Because I'm telling you, we all need that time. Because if you don't treat yourself well, you'll not be able to give out your best. So that was the first question we have to ask ourselves before setting our goals for 2022. The second question was, how did I nurture my soul? This is very important. As I said, at some point, early 2021, maybe in March, I was still a student then, but I decided to put aside a book that I was reading, which really helped me, like my spiritual life. Like, it was like food to my soul. Each time I read a chapter in that book, I feel so different, because that book was kind of spiritual and inspirational. So it had some Bible quotations that I used to read and reflect on them. And it was really good for me. Do you have that time to really have maybe a book, or maybe a track that you just listen to nurture yourself, to give you that fulfillment, or you just go around like, those are some of the questions we have to ask ourselves. Do you really nurture yourself? Because if you are not at your best, you cannot give out the best. That's all I know. So that's the second question I have for us all to reflect on before we step into 2022. Much love, Sister Josie. Happy New Year. Okay. Hi, Matilda. Happy New Year, my dear. Thanks for coming. I see you. So the third question is, where did I grow the most? Have you taken that time to reflect yourself, to examine yourself to see where you have grown most? Because you have to reflect on these things. You have to ask yourself these questions. Where did I go wrong? Where did I improve this year? If you're able to ask those questions and see where you were falling short, you'll be able to improve this year. So it's always very important for us to, at the start of year, we have to evaluate ourselves to see where we went wrong, the things we did not do right, the way we did not treat ourselves better before entering into the next year. And the fourth question is, what words do I need to say to myself more often? Ask yourself this question and make sure you answer this question sincerely. How many times do you beat yourself that you have not achieved this? How many times do you use those words that you are not good enough? Do you take that time to really use some nice words to yourself? Do you take that time to really add to appreciate the little you've achieved? Hello, host, Rachel Rennie. Nice to see you there. Thanks for joining. Happy New Year. I'm glad to see you here. So today we are discussing some self-reflection questions about how we spent our last year. HBS Cooking Giant. Hello, love. Hi, hi, hi. Thanks for joining, Mom. Nice to see you. Happy New Year. So, as I said, I'm just asking us all these questions to reflect on before we start our 2022. I know we have so many resolutions already in place, and if you don't have that time to reflect on how you spent your last year, you might still make the same errors that you did last year. Looking beautiful. Thank you so much. Yeah. So what the fourth question is, in what ways did I love myself well? As I say, you have to really love yourself. You have to treat yourself. You don't have to be so hard on yourself. The things I did not achieve last year, you just have to look for what the things I did not do right and improve on them rather than being so hard on yourself. And the other question is, what words do I need to say to myself more often? Do you take time to celebrate yourself? I know sometimes we are just so busy and we focus more on the things that we are not able to achieve, and we ignore the little things that we achieve, because we have to appreciate the little things that you've achieved in your life, because one day you turn and look at them and see that they were the great things. Because if you are appreciative and you are grateful for the little things that you have, that will be a great motivation to your own self to move forward. So you should not be so hard on ourselves. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. The call came into my phone, and yeah, I just have to stop it. As I said, you have to look into all those things that you did not do well last year and appreciate the little things that you've achieved. I'm sorry. The call keeps coming in. Oh, I'm sorry about that, guys. Somebody's calling me. Yeah, so we have to don't be too hard on yourself. Look for those quotes that you can call yourself, you can praise yourself with, that can give you that push to move forward. Say you are capable, you are strong, you are powerful. Use those positive words that will keep you going. Don't use words that will discourage you or make you tear you down. So we have to not we don't have to be too hard on ourselves when we don't achieve those things that we plan to achieve. So those are the 5 questions we have to ask ourselves, how to reflect on them, how we treated yourself. And I have another questions here that those are personal reflection questions about how you spend your time. Yes, we know time is money, right? And we are out all here like busy looking for money. But if you don't spend your time well, you see that you spend your time. If you don't spend your time where it's like you are wasting money, because time is money. Believe me. So have you taken that time to evaluate yourself and see how you spend your time this 2021? If you don't take that time to evaluate how you spend your time, you just go into 2022 and you still go in the same circle. And by the end of 2022, you will not be able to achieve anything. So it is very important for us to reflect on how we spend our time. And I have some questions here that I'll ask for us all. I myself have to be answering these questions. So that will be the 7 questions. Do I have any regrets? That's the question I'm asking to myself. Do I have any regret the way I spend my time? That's a question to ask yourself. Do you have any regret how you spend your time? To me, as I said, mid 2021, I made some decisions, and I would say I don't regret how I spend my time, but it is a very important question for us all to reflect on, because time is money. The moment you waste, that's how, and as days go by, you get older, so you are not able to achieve those goals if you don't really spend your time well. Do you have that? Do you spend that time to sit and talk about others? How do you spend your time? Do you spend your time by sitting and calling people for hours? Because sometimes we just sit and we make some calls and we talk, 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 and those calls don't even give us anything like, and we don't really see them because it's not money, but time is money. So how do you manage your time last year? Because if you don't try to check how you manage your time last year, this time around, setting those goals, making those resolutions for this year, it'll be still difficult for you to achieve those goals. I see Matilda. Okay, thanks, Doc. Yeah. So how do you spend your time last year? Do you spend your time mining others' businesses rather than focusing on yourself? Did you spend your time to improve on yourself? Or did you just spend that time sitting and talking about others? Or sitting and putting your eyes on what others are doing? Especially on this YouTube, I see some people spend more time like worrying what people put on their channels. Are you supposed to be so bothered about that? Because YouTube is something that we must not have the same thing on our channel. You just have to focus on what you are doing on your channel, right? So you spending that time talking about people, how they do this, do that, is just time wasted, and time is money, guys. Hello, Hosta girl. I see you, my dear. Nice to see you. Happy New Year. Yeah, so we are here talking about the things we have to reflect about for the past year before stepping into 2022. I see everybody is making New Year speeches. People are making New Year resolutions, but I say if you don't have that time to really sit and reflect on the past year, how you spend your time, how you treated yourself, because it all starts with you first. If you are not your best, you cannot give out the best, as I said. If you don't, if you don't look at the way the people you spend time with, your environment, the people you mingle with, you will not go anywhere this 2022. Yeah, no matter what kind of plans, what goals you set for yourself, if you don't take that time to reflect on the time, how you spent your time last year, you still go in the same cycle. I'm talking this like to our Cameroon community, I see a lot of changes, so many people coming up and setting their New Year resolutions. And I am just praying that we all should just focus on those resolutions. But before engaging in them, please just take this time to reflect on yourself. How you spend your time, how you treated yourself last year. Because at some point, you go live on your channel, you sit and you talk things, you talk about people, and you even go to bed. You don't have that peace of mind. Is that a good treatment for yourself? No. So you have to reflect on that. When you come to your channel, you play somebody's, oh, thank you, Downtown Info, for the super chat. I really appreciate. Oh, my super chat is active. Yay. This is my first live stream in 2022 after my monetization, guys. So I see Downtown Info just send me $2, and I really appreciate that. Means my super chat is active. Oh my God. My birthday is coming up on the 14th. So I hope I'm going to celebrate that day with you guys. Yeah. So when you sit on your channel, you play all those audios of people talking about this one, or you play audios that somebody was called you and you were recording that person. I don't know how you guys sleep at night, seriously. Guys, if you don't understand what I'm saying, this goes to my Cameroon community because a lot has been going on this media space. And I see so many people coming up with some New Year resolutions, which are really positive, which I am so grateful for that. So I'm just praying that everybody should just take that seriously, reflect on the last year, and make things right this year. I am looking forward to see all of them being positive because you don't gain anything with being negative, right? You don't gain anything when you go to your channel and you're talking down on people, bringing women down. That is not good. I say women have to support each other and we grow. So the personal reflection questions about how you spend your time. The first was do I have any regrets? As I said, I don't have any regret. For me, from the mid 2021 to this ending, I'll say I don't regret the way I spend my time. Like I was more focused on my family, my YouTube channel, and the time I spend with people, my friends. I'm not saying you should just abandon your friends. Make sure you call your friends, but know you have to limit the time you talk with people if you have to really achieve a lot in your family, in your life in general, right? You have to mind the way you spend your time, you know. So the other question is, what challenged me most and how did I respond? Ask yourself this question. What challenged you most and how did you respond to that? YouTube for me was a challenge, but I picked up the mantle and I pushed forward. It was not easy for me, but I kept pushing. So what are the things that were kind of like challenging to you and you just gave up? When you gave up like that, what happened? You still not, it's not still good for your own self because when you give up, you have that guilt in you that, or you see other people doing that same thing and they are succeeding you. You'll be hard on yourself. In life, we always have those challenges, but we have to look for a way to always manage them, right? How to respond to them positively. I thought there are things that we cannot really deal with them, but we just have to look for a way to respond to them positively and not be too hard on ourselves. So that's the question you have to ask yourself before stepping into 2022. Another question is, what is something I worried about that I shouldn't have? Is there anything that you worried about so much in 2021 that you were not supposed to be worried about? I know we were all like worried about COVID, you know, but I'm just telling myself COVID has come to stay. So I just look for ways to to just live with, you know. You just have to look for ways to live with COVID because it's not going anytime soon. So if you spend time being so worried about COVID or just keeping your stay indoors or not doing the things that you're supposed to be doing because of COVID, or you stop your work because of COVID, you are not doing any good to yourself. If you did that last year, because I'm talking because I had some colleagues that they stopped work because of COVID. But how how long will you stay home, like waiting for COVID to stop before you go back to work? You just have to look for ways to manage that situation, how to live with COVID, you know. Is there anything that you were so worried about in your family? The only thing is for you to look for a way to solve it. Oh, saga must end. I didn't see this comment. Hello, my boy. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, my dear. Nice to see you here. I appreciate you for coming. Happy New Year. But remember to watch video at least 5 minutes plus. Exactly. Oh yeah. As you join, guys, if you're a content creator, because I know everybody here is not a content creator. So if you have a channel or you see somebody that you don't have as a friend, you can just connect with them and make sure you do the right thing, as they say, you watch somebody's video at least 5 minutes before you subscribe to that person's channel. So that's what HBS Cooking was saying here. So you have to connect with her. Make sure you watch one of her videos at least 5 minutes. Drop a comment before you click the rest button. That's what she's saying. Okay. What is another question that you have to reflect on? How you spend your time. The next question is, what am I so glad I did? What is the thing that you are so happy that you did in 2021? If you ask yourself this question and you see what you did in 2021 that makes you so happy, if you have to continue with that in 2022, I think you have to do better, right? And that will serve as a push, a motivation for you to do more. So you have to reflect on all these things. So these questions are just for like a guide for us all to have a self-evaluation on how we spend our time. So ask yourself, what was the thing that you did that make you so glad, right? You know, for me, I am happy that uh, before ending 2021, my channel was monetized, and I am happy again because I was on mat leave, so I'll be starting work on January 29, and so starting work will be kind of uh, keeping me somehow busy. But I am glad that my channel is now monetized and I have to just focus on creating my content. So the other question is, what should I have said no to? Ask yourself this question. Who is dropping this kind of comments here? Anyways, I don't understand this. I don't know what is happening. Okay, guys. Sorry, I have to put him on timeout. 5 minutes. Just dropping some funny comments in the comment section. Yeah. So what should I have said no to? Ask yourself this question, because there are a lot of things, or a lot of times that we accept things just because we want to please our friends, just because we want to belong in a relationship, and those things are not treating us well. Just ask yourself that question. Is there something you did last year, or is there something that you were supposed to say no and you said yes, and later on you regret what you did? Just try to reflect on such things and see how you can improve this year, because you have to be yourself. You have to be able to say no when it's the time to say no, because that is a great weakness to so many people, and that is so huge. It can keep you down there, seriously. If you're that somebody who cannot say no to somebody, you will just be like, because there are things we say yes, and we end up like regretting why we say yes. Especially because I said time is money, right? There's something maybe you would have said no and save you a lot of time to do other things, but you say yes, and you, just because you want to please that person, just because you want to belong, because if I don't say yes, I will not be friends with this person again. No, you don't have to live like that. Say yes when it's right to say yes, and when it's not the right time for you to say yes, don't say yes. Yeah. So that's a good question to reflect on before you step into 2022. So what should I have said yes to? As I said, it's just a link to that same question. There are things that people miss on because of pride. Like us on YT, on YouTube, you have to humble yourself. If you have to succeed on this YouTube street, you have to humble yourself to learn. You can learn from a younger sister. You can learn from a younger brother. You can learn from a big, you have to be humble. You have to be able to be able to go closer to somebody and ask that person a question. Well, good ideas here. Well, thank you, HBS. Yeah, because if you don't have that mind, if you have that too much pride, you think you cannot ask this person, because if I ask this person this question, she would think that she knows better than me. You are not going anywhere. That is YouTube for us. YouTube, you have to be humble if you have to go far. Then what is something I'm proud of myself for doing or trying? Ask yourself this question. What are some of the things you are proud of? I know us all on YouTube, we are not where we are. We are not big YouTubers. I'm a young YouTuber, right? But are you proud of the little you've achieved? Or you are just so hard on yourself? As I said before, you have to appreciate the little things you have in life, because one day you turn around and see that they were the great things. So you have to be grateful. You have to be appreciative of the little things you have. And even if somebody help you in any way, no matter how little that person helped you, you have to appreciate. We have to be very, very appreciative when it comes to YouTube, because it's a lot of work and people need time to really do like to focus on their channels. So if you have someone who can spend maybe 5 minutes to do something for you or to answer a question to you, really have to appreciate that person. So you have to think and reflect on such questions. Answer them before we get into 2022. And be appreciative of the little we have achieved. You don't have to be so hard on yourself. If you are not monetized yet, don't be discouraged or don't be feeling bad. It's just a matter of time. Everybody will get there. That's why I always say it's just we can't be monetized on the same day. If it's on the same day, then that's fine. But if you are not able to monetize on the same day, just keep pushing. You'll get there. So another question is, what is something I did that made me feel rejuvenated? That's a question to reflect how you spend your time. Is there something you did that make you to feel that zeal to move forward? You have to examine yourself, see if there's something that you did in 2021 that gives you that extra push to do more. So if you ask all these questions to yourself and you really answer them genuinely and you sit back and look at those responses, I think you'll do better in 2022. That is encouraging. Yeah, exactly. So if you sit down, it's good to really reflect on these questions before embarking on any of your 2022 resolutions. And the other question, 15th question is, what did I do to help grow my faith? This is something that is personal, right? I'm not here to preach the gospel or anything. I am not a preacher or anything. And I don't know the Bible that much, but I think like there are simple things that I can do to really keep your faith up, as I said, right? To learn to appreciate the little things you achieve in life. They motivate you and they give you that confidence. And what is confidence? If you are really confident about something, you have faith in that thing, right? If you believe that you achieve this thing, then you have faith in that thing. So, and you can only have that belief when you are appreciating the little things you are achieving while looking for the bigger things. So that is a way that you have to think. You have to sit and reflect on that, how you can grow your faith. As I said, you can grow your faith by being nice to your own self, being appreciative, being grateful for the little things you have, being grateful for the little things you've achieved in life. That is just going to boost your faith in achieving more in life in general. So the 16th question is, what am I most grateful for? It's just, these questions are just kind of connected, right? Because if you are grateful, as I said, if you are appreciative for the little things you have in life, you always be motivated to do more. But if you don't achieve something and you are so hard on yourself, you just feel discouraged, you just keep yourself back and you cannot achieve anything better. So just have to be grateful. Be grateful for life, I think life now is I would say being alive is a privilege now. So that is the first thing we have to be grateful for being alive. Because if you look at number of people have died since 2019, 2020, 2021, it's just huge. Like, you just have to be very, very grateful for life, for being alive. As we are talking right now, there are some people who are under the life support. There are people who are not even in the mortuary right now. Just being alive right now, you have to be grateful. Life is too short. So we have to be grateful. Hello, beautiful host. On your head with Mary. Nice to see you, sis. Thanks for joining. Happy New Year, guys. If you are here, I don't have on your head with Mary. Please just head to her house now and grab her. She's the bomb. Just connect with her, guys. She got all the tips on her tips, She will show you the way on how to lose weight because I'm on my way to her house to get all the nuggets. Yeah, so if you don't have Mary on your health with Mary, you can connect with her. Yeah, she's a content creator too. So Rachel, Rainy, please you can connect with her. HBS Cooking, just make friends with her. She's a great lady. So Mary, we are here. We are talking about some of the personal reflection questions we have to ask ourselves before stepping into 2022. Because I know everybody is like burning with all the goals, with all the New Year's resolutions, but if we don't take that time to really reflect on the past year, how we spent our time, how we treated ourselves, like I just think we're just gonna be going back in the circle. The same thing that happened in 2021 will happen in 2022. Because today is just the 10th of January. I know people are already like in the air with their New Year resolutions, like pam pam pam. But you have to take that time to reflect on yourself, reflect on how you spent your time last year. Because if you don't do this, you will not, as I said, you will not go anywhere. So I've been asking some questions, personal reflection questions about how you treated yourself last year, how you spend your time. And I'm here with some, yeah, I'm still under the questions how you treated others. No, I'm under the section where how you spend your time. So I was on question number 16. What am I most grateful for? As I was saying that I know it's always so exciting to start. The difference is what we do about the goals for sure. I agree with you. Yeah. So if you set the goals, and so many people set goals last year and did not achieve, and they are still going into 2022 with those same or maybe other goals. But they haven't really taken that time to reflect on why they did not achieve those goals last year. And if you don't have that, take that time to really evaluate or reflect on those things that you did last year, you still go in the same cycle. Hi, Vicky Light. Thanks for joining, sis. Happy New Year. You will not go anywhere. So the 17th question is, what mistake did I learn from? As I said, you have to reflect because Jesus. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. I'm using this phone and they keep calling this phone. Oh, I don't know. Let me just send a text to this lady. Just 1 second, guys. I'm sorry about the interruption. I'm sure she's gonna call again. Jeez. Okay, as I was saying, the next question is, what mistakes did I learn from last year? Yeah, if you have to ask yourself this question. If there are some mistakes you made last year, you have to make sure, because some people they don't accept their mistakes. There are some people who are so full of pride. If you are so full of pride and you don't see yourself making mistakes, or you think that you are so perfect, you fall in that same trap of just going round and round. If there are mistakes you made last year, maybe like is how you spend your time. Maybe you made that mistake of taking time to be calling people, sitting and talking. That's a big mistake you're making for yourself, because it's not helping you in any way. So you have to evaluate yourself and see how the things you did that were wrong for you, that's not helping you anyway, and try to stay away from this time around. So you have to check that too. Another question is, what brought me in the most peace? What are the things that really give you that peace of mind? Is it the time you spend with your family, or you were so busy with YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. This I don't have that time to really spend with your family because above, after everything, all we are all after, family time is very important. We have to spend time with our family because if you are all everywhere just rushing, rushing, and your family is not at peace, you will not have that peace. That's for sure. Because us with kids, sometimes you are on the phone and you are talking, talking, talking. Your little girl is there, or little boy is there asking you a question. You don't even answer. You don't take that 1 minute to respond to that child, and that child will not even understand. But like worrying why mommy cannot even respond him or her, right? And the next thing is for you'll be shouting on that child because it's like the child is disturbing you. And at that moment, you don't have that peace. So we need to spend that time, take that time to really nurture our family, spend time with family, you know, to because that is what gives me my peace. When my family is at peace, I am at peace too. When my kids are comfortable, they are not sick, that's what gives me peace. I don't know what about you guys, but those are the things that I'm reflecting on, like to really spend more time on my family because they give me that peace. So you reflect on yourself, ask yourself this question: what gives you the most peace? And try to do more of that because all we need peace because your mental health is very important. If you're not if you're not stable up there, you can't do your best. And that goes with the first question that I was asking here. Like, in what way could I have treated myself better? Because we have to treat yourself well. Because if you're not at your best, you will not be able to give out your best. So spend that time, treat yourself well. Don't be too hard on yourself. The things that you cannot handle, don't kill yourself. Don't overbother yourself that you've not achieved this, you've not achieved that. Because when you are too overbothered, you don't have that peace, and you cannot even do the little thing that you were even able to do, right? So we have to look for those things that give us that peace and do more of them this year because peace is all we need. With COVID, like everything, like to really have that peace of mind is really hard, but we have to try our best. Any way you can have your peace of mind, just focus more on that peace. If you are having friends who are not treating you right, if you have friends who are giving you hard times, just stay away from them. That's the best way the only thing you can do to keep yourself from stress. Let me read some comments. Family time is the eye. Exactly. Yes, Mary, we have to spend time with our families, seriously. Because I always say, like, us immigrants, we don't really have much. Us who came like immigrants already above 30 plus or something, we don't really have much to achieve here. So more is really our our achievement. For me, that's me. Our achievement is our kids. And if we don't give our best to our kids, means we are failing on both ends, right? That's the way I see things. Like, you have to give the best to our family, like have that peace, that family togetherness, that family reunion. You don't have to be rushing. I see people like, as I said, anyways, you have to reflect on the time, the people you spend time with, your environment, because your environment also is a great contribution to how you achieve your goals. I must say this because there are times maybe you were supposed to be doing this, but because a friend came in or this person called you or this program, these activities, those things are like they take a lot of our time, and we don't have that time for family. We don't have that time to even focus on whatever thing we plan to do. So we have to reflect on all these things and make sure we put things in place before we start engaging with our New Year resolutions and the goals we set for 2022. Mary said, just visited your house. For real, I need to be there. Great tips on how to get fit. Oh yeah, that is Russia. Yes, she is so good at that. Yeah, just connect with her. She's a great person. So the questions like personal reflection questions about how you treated others. We have to reflect on this too. How did you treat the people around you? How did you treat your family? How did you treat your husband? How did you treat your children? How did you treat your neighbors? You have to ask these questions. If you don't treat them right, will you have that peace of mind? No. My God. Oh, I'm not supposed to use this phone for this live stream. More love this year. Oh, yes. More love, Mary. More love. We need to share love. Yes. So, as I said, spend your time rightly, connect with the right people who give you peace of mind, people who don't judge you, people who accept you for who you are. Because if you are in the middle of people who don't even see your worth, you will never have that peace of mind and you will not be able to give out your best. Oh, mommy is in the house. Mommy asking for a friend. Nice to see you, Mama. Happy New Year. I am so happy you are here. I'm just here talking about some personal reflection questions we have to ask ourselves before stepping into 2022. And I watched a live stream and you were talking like a similar thing, because on our media space, I see everybody making New Year speeches, making New Year resolutions, and I am so excited and looking forward to seeing all those resolutions in place because we need some positive energy in our community. We need some positive energy for real place. So I'm happy to see you, Mama. Yeah, that's the content creator too, guys. Mary, Rashin, you guys connect with mommy asking for a friend. She's our Cameroon mom in our media space. She's so amazing. If you just connect with her, all there is just about positive vibes. So she's a huge impact in our community, and we need more voices like her in our 2-3 community. I must say it. I just appreciate what she's doing. So guys, connect with her. Make sure you make friends with her. Good day, ma. Russia is greeting you. Okay, so I'm here to, maybe I should just ask those questions again for those who are coming in now. So the first question was, in what way could I have treated myself better? You ask yourself that question. How did you treat yourself in 2021? I was talking, I when I was explaining that point, I actually related to our 2-3 community media space. Like, how do you treat yourself? Because I see people come on media space and they insult people. Like, how do you sleep? Because if I'm the one, I don't know, I will not be comfortable. I don't think I'll have a peaceful sleep at night when I know I go on my channel and I just bring down people, make people cry. I don't know how you spend your night when you do such things. So let's look for ways to treat ourselves better. Like, you don't be too hard on yourself. Do the things that will give you that peace. Do the things that will make you to have a peaceful sleep at night. You don't have to be coming on your channel. You do things that you cannot even move freely in the community again. Why? Why should you even do that in the first place? So we have to look for better ways to treat ourselves. If you didn't treat yourself better last year, because just terrible words coming out of your mouth, it's not good for you, you know. It's not good for you, like your soul, your spiritual life, even like the way people see you, it is not healthy for you. So let's look for better ways to treat ourselves before entering into this 2022. And the next question was, where did I grow the most? You have to reflect and see where you grow the most, where you did not do well. Because if you don't see those two ends, it will be difficult for you to really make a good decision to go into 2022. So where you think that you were doing so well in 2021, you have to do more of that in 2022. If you think that you were putting people down and it was the best for you, okay, you go ahead and do that in 2022. But you think that it was not good for you, it was not healthy for you, that's what you have to drop before you get into 2022. And the other question I asked ourselves was, what words do I need to say to myself more often? What words do you use for yourself? Do you praise yourself? Or are you so hard on yourself? What are the words you use that can motivate you to keep going? Or you are just so hard on yourself that you just think that you are not good enough because you are comparing yourself with somebody else? You have to be yourself. You have to appreciate yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't say you are not enough because you think that you have to be like somebody else. Just be yourself and appreciate who you are. And do the best and do everything to improve on yourself. That's all you have to do. So have a reflect on that and see if you're not so hard on yourself in 2021. Make sure you praise yourself more. You shower yourself with good words, because when you do that, they motivate you to keep you going. If you are so hard on yourself, those words will keep you, they'll make you to be discouraged and you cannot do anything for yourself. Another question was, do I have any regrets? That was any in relation to how you spend your time. Do you have any regret how you spent your time last year? Good night, guys. Getting late here in UK. All right, HBS. I really appreciate your time here. Thank you so much. Mary say, what do you say I am too? Everyone else is taken. Oh, yeah. So you have to be you, right? That's what Mary is saying there, yeah, because you cannot be somebody else because the other person is already taken. It's somebody else already. So you just have to accept who you are and, appreciate yourself. And I also appreciate God for creating you, right? Because sometimes some people, they think God did not create them right. They try to do things, change their color, do all those things just because they think that they were supposed to be somebody else. But no, when you do that, it's like you are saying God made a mistake for creating you like that. So you have to appreciate yourself, love yourself more this 2022, because if you love yourself more, you shower yourself with positive words, that will be a great push for you to achieve whatever thing you plan to do in 2022. So one of the questions again is, what challenged me most and how did I respond to? That's the question for us to reflect on before stepping into 2022. Fine girl now, fine. That's right, Mary. Fine girl now, fine girl, no matter what, no matter how you change your color, if you are not a fine girl, you will not be a fine girl, right? Fine girl or fine girl, it doesn't matter your color. It must not be fair. If you are black, you are still beautiful. A beautiful person is beautiful. That's what Mary is saying there. Yeah, so just love yourself more. As I said, what is something I worried about that I shouldn't have? Is there anything that you were so worried about last year that you shouldn't have? I know we all were so worried about COVID. Even I made a video like before Christmas, and I was kind of so excited for Christmas because last year Christmas we did not celebrate Christmas, so we were just indoors because 2020, so many people did not take their vaccine, but 2021 I see like so many people took their vaccine, so I was thinking that this December this Christmas will be a good one, but it ended up that the cases were like going up and they had to put in more rules again, more restrictions again. And I was like, oh my God. So is that something you should be worried about? Since I just had to prepare my mind that COVID has come to stay. It's not going to anytime soon. So we just have to learn how to live with COVID. Because that was something I was so worried about because I have little kids, they go to school, you know. I was so worried, but if you've been watching my videos, I actually took my kids, they took their first vaccine just because I was not having that peace of mind because you don't know what can happen and you have little kid, one can just bring and you just spread the whole house. And where I live, I don't have any family support and I just believe if one person is down, everything will just like, I don't know. So I was kind of so worried about, but I just came to realize that okay, I've taken my vaccine. My husband has taken his vaccine, and all my kids, and I just come to conclusion that we just have to accept this COVID is just like it just has to end up like this flu that we had before. So we just have to look for ways to live with COVID. So I am not worried more. I don't worry about COVID anymore. I was so worried about the saga. Oh yeah, Mama. Praying daily for God to intervene. Hallelujah. I hear the sounds of progress, one step at a time. Exactly, Mom. I know. As you are worried, that's the same way I was so worried. Like for the past 3 weeks on the media space, I was just quiet, because I think our prayers behind the scene is really helping. I'm just so glad that the saga is dying down and I see everybody coming up, making some good resolutions for 2022. So we all are looking forward to that positive vibes in our media space. Yeah. Yeah. So another question was, what should I have said yes to? What should I have said yes to? Another one is what should I have said no to? I know there are some things that because we have friends, we have connections with people, there are things that we just say yes just because we want to please them, just because we don't want to lose that relationship we have with those people. But it is not like that. If you're an honest person, if you're honest to yourself, you should be able to make that decision. You should be able to decide when to say yes and when to say no. Because if you are that person that we just have to say yes to please people, your life is just like people will toss you around. That's just what I know. Like if they know that you are somebody who is, if it's something for you to say yes, you say yes. They'll know when to even ask you. So you have to be open to people. They should know who you are. They know what you can accept, so that when you say no, it should not be an issue. So that when you say yes, it should not be an issue, right? Because you don't have to say yes when it's not the right thing for you to say because you want to please somebody. Rasha said, asking for a friend, Mama, visited your house. You are so beautiful. Bless Mama. Yeah. Oh, she's our Cameroon community Mama. So, yes, she's putting things in place. I am seeing the great job she's doing. I am just foot to foot behind her. That's the positive vibes we need in our community. We need more of them in our Cameroon community. Yeah. So we have to know when to say yes, when to say no. Even to your friends, should know that if you say no, it should not be an issue, you know. But if you live that life of like to please others because you want to remain friends with these people, your life will just be in circles. Those are things you have to try to put them in place, you know, have to be firm with them. If you have to really do things, you have to achieve some goals in your life because if you're just somebody who can play around, that's how everything around you just be played around. Mary said, mean what you say and say what you mean. Decision making skills is priceless. No apologies for being decisive. Yeah, exactly, Mary. You have to be somebody who can decide, take decisions and be firm with them, And your friends should know that you are not doing that because you hate them or you don't want to please them, right? You are doing that for a reason. I'm not saying that you should not be saying no, 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 but say no when the need comes, right? And say yes when you need to say yes. Don't just say yes to please somebody, or say no just to not just to make somebody not feel happy. If you are in the position to help somebody, you go ahead and help. But if you are not, if your hands are tied, don't say yes because you want to please that person or because you want to be in a friendship with that person. That's what I'm trying to say here. Because those are things you have to reflect on. Because all these things they keep people down. Seriously, they tie you in the same position. Yeah. Then another question is, what is something I'm proud of myself for doing or trying? This is a question to ask yourself in 2021 before stepping into 2022. What is that thing that you've been trying? Is it YouTube? Is it Facebook? Is it a business? Even as I said, like to be able to say yes and no, right? There are some people who just uh get into a business just because their friend is doing that business, just to please them, just because they want to be to still have that relationship with that person. Don't do. I don't know. I can really emphasize on this. Their friend can be doing a business. Maybe that person has time. She has the resources to push that business forward. You don't have to just engage in that business because your friend is doing it or because you want to do it because your friend asks you to join his or her business. You just have to join because he or she is your friend. No, when you know you cannot even, you will not be able to do good in that business because you don't have that time. As I said, time is money. If you don't have that time, don't engage in such business where you cannot give in that time to make it work. So that was just to add to that point. So the next question was, what is something I'm proud of myself for doing or trying? You have to be proud of the little things you've achieved so far. For myself, I was like, I am proud of me myself, like what I've done until I'm being monetized on YouTube. What's your why exactly, Mary? Yeah, your why should be so strong, and you should be able to be guided. Just don't just go left, right because you want to please people. You should focus on your why. Yeah, yeah. So, what are you grateful? What are you proud of? Or what are you proud of? At least trying, because those are the things you have to be appreciative. If you're not appreciative of the little things you've achieved, you'll be discouraged. Don't see that this person has achieved this. I am not there yet. I just feel discouraged. It should serve as a motivation to you. It should not be hard on yourself that I am not enough. I've not been able to do this. That's why I'm not there. You don't have to live that way. You have that kind of mind, you keep you back because there'll always be somebody ahead of you, and there'll always be somebody behind you. That's just life. So you just have to be appreciative of the little things you've achieved in life and keep pushing, looking forward. And if you see somebody doing something, just try to appreciate that person, you support that person. Have some people that you look up to, like their role model. Don't have that heart of being jealous of this person, because that's something that's also common in our Cameroon community. You see, like, mommy asking for a friend here, like, to me, maybe this might not be the right thing, but to me, I was like, I'm calling her name here, Sheila. She's somebody like she started this YouTube gossip vlogging. Like, I am saying this, like, they end up having two camps is because somebody started something and you see that the person is doing good in that thing. For you to support that person, you come in like kind of competition. That is why we ended up having two camps. That's just the simple truth. I am not saying she's a perfect person or what she's doing was right or not, but you know, she, we have to come just because of that. You see somebody doing something, if you don't, if that thing is bad, okay, you stay away from that person. How can you say this thing is bad? and you are still doing the same thing, means it is not that it didn't see that person doing what the person was doing was bad. You saw it like the person was doing something good. I tried to maybe try to put that person down, and you ended up being like a competition or fighting. Anyways, that's something I just want to bring it like because mom asking for a friend is here because that's the way I look at things on our media space. And I'm saying this because we have to, if you see somebody doing something in your community, like mommy asking for a friend, what she's doing on her channel is nice. You appreciate her, you go closer to her, you learn how she's doing it, not like standing on the other side in that start fighting that person. That is not good. So I'm saying you should have some role models as even on this YouTube, you should see somebody that what she's doing is good. Try to instead love that person, go closer to that person and learn, humble yourself and learn from that person rather than like setting or bring up a team to fight that person. It is not taking us anyway. So another question is, what did I do to help grow my faith? As I said before, I'm not a preacher. I don't know Bible that much. So I am not here to preach. I'm saying like that your faith. There are so many things you can do to boost your faith. Like just being grateful. That's the way I look at things. If you are grateful with the little things that you have a heart of gratitude, that would be like a push. Learn from the experts. Exactly, Mary. Yeah. Don't be in competition with somebody you are trying to learn from, right? Yeah. I see that as like being so prideful. And that I'm just saying that because that's what is happening in our community, in our YouTube community with our vloggers, because that was what happened, and it ended up in two camps just because you see somebody doing something, even that thing. If you say that thing is bad, they have come, you are doing the same thing again. So I'm sure it was not bad in your own eyes. You were just trying to fight that person. So that's what I'm trying to say. Oh, I've been here for an hour plus. Yes, as I was talking about faith, as I said, I'm not a preacher, but I do things that there are things that give me faith. I believe in myself by appreciating the little I have, by being positive, by not competing with anybody, by being humble and being able to learn and believing that you have to learn, believing that you have to start somewhere, believing that you have to work hard. That is how I boost my faith. For me, maybe if I have if anybody's a preacher, they can really have share with us how we can boost our faith. That's the way I look at my own faith. So Mary, you can share with us how to boost our faith, my sister. Yeah. So one of the questions I would also like us to discuss, what mistake did I learn from? Yeah, there's no perfect human being, right? So we always learn from our mistakes. So you have to reflect on this question. What are the mistakes you did last year? And what are the things you learned from those mistakes? Because any mistake is a blessing, right? If you make a mistake, you have to learn from it. Excuse me. So you shouldn't repeat that mistake again. So you ask that question. What are the mistakes you made last year? What did you learn from them? What are the things you're putting in place to not make such mistakes again in 2022? So as I said, guys, I've been here for over an hour and I think I have to end this live stream. So if you ask yourself these questions and answer them sincerely, I think you will be on a better position to set their 2022 goals and resolutions. So guys, I'm going to end here. I really appreciate all you guys for joining me. My first live stream on 2022 in 2022. So Thank you guys so much. I don't know who's still here. Is Mary still here? Mommy asking for a friend still here? Is Rachel still here? I really appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys for joining me. And I promise I'll be coming on live more often this 2022 because, yeah, I think I'm trying to put things in place. So, mommy asking for a friend. If you are still here, as I talk, I did for your back strong. So you have to bring that positive energy in our Q237 community. Yeah, no more insults in 2022. So thank you guys for staying with me this while. I really appreciate you guys. Oh, I'm seeing who is joining me now. Please just drop a comment. Let me see. Let me know who is here. So who is still here with me? Just drop a comment. Let me know, guys. Okay, so far it's been a great show, and I really appreciate everybody for joining me. I really appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys so much, and see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.